So obviously this is in my opinion and my opinion only. I'm not the only one that's done it, but I do agree with him. If you find a data tool or you want to service your data tool, this is how this is the same unit, look. This is how I recommend you service a data tool. Goddamn stupid, annoying son of a gun, bloody thing. What a piece of junk. What stranded us in the middle of nowhere in France because we parked by some aerial that blocked out the signal that didn't work. It's tough enough, isn't it? So, yeah, if you've got a data tool, I recommend you servicing it in this way. I don't know what the hell is in there. Yeah, I should burn it and drown it all at the same time. But that's how you deal with a data tool if you ever find one. I'll tell you how shit they are. They are Triumph Rocket 3s. They are installed sort of standard by Triumph. And they, if you show them the logbook, they will give you the pin that you don't have to undo it. You just unplug all this and plug one of their pins that they sell you, which isn't a hell of a lot of money, but you've got to prove that you own the rocket to bypass it. They're that shit. The manufacturer sells you the plug to bypass it. Yeah. We're digging through the paperwork. It's data tagged, so that's good. I saw this data tool. Oh, the first thing to get ripped at is the data tool. We had one on the rocket. The trouble is, you won't know until we lift the bodywork and take the panels off. We won't know what sort of equipment somebody's put on it. So that's going to be very interesting. There's two leads coming out the side. One's got to be a battery tender. Well, we've got our battery tender lead now.
I don't think it's a data tool.
So that's one. Well, there's paperwork for the data tool. So whether that was in it and gone, we'll have to have a look at that. And here's quite intriguing. Let's try this. Somebody's paid, look, in 2015, 25,000. They weren't 25,000 in 2015, so I reckon this was from new, you know. I'm reckoning this has been triked from new. It hasn't been a trike put afterwards. Interesting. And yet there's no paperwork at all to do with the trike kit. Isn't it great trying to find out the history of stuff, isn't it? When you buy something second hand, finding out the history. So it's been fairly busy, look.
Yeah.
It's not long been serviced. I know the trike guy has serviced it, but I have seen another service. It seems to have been on a rolling road or something. He had some... We see a few dyno sort of reports. So it did have some sort of a hiccup with it, but it seems to be all right now. No. So this document was created in 2015. Quite a few kilometers on it. No, I don't know what this... Does that mean it's been on some sort of diagnostic machine? It says Honda Quick Doctor Report. Whatever the hell that is. That's interesting. I've had this sort of a report. I've never seen one of them, but it's got a load of green ticks on it. Green's visually okay. There are no red ones ticked. And that was in 2015. And this Perth motorcycles, it seems to have come from Scotland. Yeah, I think it was originally bought in Newcastle. Didn't do many miles. 900 miles or so, and it seems to have gone to this guy in Scotland, and this guy in Scotland's had it for quite some time. So look, it was in Buckinghamshire in 2024. I think it's got 39 on it now. 37,000. It was getting an oil and a filter and a washer, having an oil change, but down in Buckingham. But it's spent most of its life up in Perth and round that area in Scotland. Again, look, there's some exhaust tappet's been done on it, shims or something. Look, Perth motorcycles. So NK is Newcastle, so it was registered in Newcastle. It didn't stay there very long, and it went to Scotland. A guy in Perth bought it. So it started its life in Newcastle, registered in the office in Newcastle. It lived in, where were we? Oh yeah, it's near Stirling, a place called Alloa. This is where it spent, see that place there? It spent most of its time in Alloa. Yeah, this guy here owned it a long time. And then it went down the south coast. It got work on it. It ended up down the south coast, which would have been all the way down here on the south coast, Buckinghamshire. And then it's come back up here. Trike guys in Derbyshire, really, which is just around the corner. Ends up here. It's funny, isn't it, how stuff moves around. I love chasing the history, and it's like being a detective, you know. Yeah, looking at the dates and what mileage and adding it all up together. Yeah, it's the bits of paper that we're left with when you buy stuff. It's quite interesting to try and plan its story. Yeah, blimey. Anyway, it's here now. One thing I forgot to point out to you is the rake. The rake has been brought out, almost a lot like a chopper, but it's been brought forward. The front end, because of the kit, the person would have decided, right, we're going to put this kit on it and we're going to do that with the front end. There was two choices to do with the front end. The ones with the big fat single wheel and the suspension, and you can have, or you can go down the path of raking it forward. I'm yet to speak to people and fellow trikers to know exactly what's good, what's bad, why would somebody choose one way over the other. But with these Goldwings, part of the fun of having a Goldwing is you can buy stuff, you can add stuff on it every day. This would have been replaced. There's lots, all this chrome wouldn't have come with it. Somebody's paid money and got these altered. But one of the other downsides is they've been doing their own, like we put electric work and the switches, and you know, what the hell is that? That's some sort of battery tender thing. I'm guessing this is the same, just a different make. But why is the two leads? Why are you using two machines? There's a story to find on that, isn't there? But obviously we've bought our own to fit our own battery tender thing. So the front, you know, the speakers they plug in, well, the front one is completely missing. Would have come out of there. So what's the story, Jack and Ori, on that, I wonder? There's this lead here. I'm guessing would have plugged into something here. This mount is an add-on, so something would have sat here. I'm guessing a phone holder of some sort, some different makes. Maybe a sat-nav unit. Well, it's got a built-in sat-nav, so that's not a thing. That's quite a rough looking hole. Rick would never allow that. That'd be nice and proper and round. So somebody's done something there. It is the nature of these Goldwings. It's part of the enjoyment of the Goldwings, actually, because you can buy stuff for them day in, day out. So you don't have to go anywhere. You just have to buy stuff for it. Like this is an add-on. Here, look, somebody's butchered a right hole in there. But it's easy, it's no problem, you know. It's one of those things that this did have. If you were in the original film when we first saw it, that had two big holes in. So he'd done something here, and the trike guy said he would replace it for us, and which he did. He's put a nice new one on there. Yeah, so I wonder what's when we take the seat off, and that I won't be doing, by the way. And of course, here's the thing, these backlights aren't standard. These backlights would have had to have been wired in. I'm guessing this would be a Kuriakin, so I guess this was a just find it and plug it in. I don't know if these are plug-in, if they're original Kuriakin and then you just plug them in. We open, yeah, we're open. So, you see, that could be them lights there. Where does it go? What does it go through? Wow. Yeah, we found the lead for the iPod, so we'll be able to plug the iPod in there now, hopefully, and that works. Yeah, there's lots to we're going to get all our stuff together, and then we're going to send it. We're going to do the electrical work first, so we'll get the hub fitted, we'll put the spotlights on. Whether Rick will run them up, I don't know. We need the ring of fire and the chrome for that, and then we're going to figure out what lights we're going to be having on here. Yeah, bigger and brighter and shinier. So that'll be we'll get because everything else is replaceable, add-on, take off. This cover here, I think it's a cover that goes on the top of it. Top and a bottom cover that clip on virtually. That's just replaceable. This, you just unbolt it, put another one in if you want a shinier one. This panel comes out. All these, there's a plastic cover that goes on them. All these, if you remember from the Gen 1 we had, you can get a piece that goes on there and get a piece on the trim, and somebody's done the switches on here, look. But it's going to drive me mad. We're going to have another set here to match. You can't have one set of switches, can you? You've got to have two sets. So that's got to be done pronto. It'll just drive me mad knowing. And probably by the time we put the front ring of fire and the lights and the spot lamps, that'll probably use that switch gear up anyway. We didn't really discover what these switched on and off, did we? We were running with all the lights on. So them lights might be those lights. And these backlights, they're we'll have to have a look at these, whether we're going to keep them or whether we're going to. They looked sort of digital or different inside than the other ones. So yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to. Did we go through? There was lots of masks in it we found. No, nothing in there. Nothing in there. What was that? Oh, no chip in it. Would have been nice to find a little working chip that would run in there. So obviously I reckon he had maybe dash cams or something on it. What else would have used a chip? Yeah, what else? There's nothing in there. Nice place to keep a pen, I noticed. I don't know what these do. Oh yeah, they clip in like that, look. Push that in and twist it. Oh, that keeps that tidy. Uses that space up. That's interesting. Kuriakin. We've seen a few receipts for Kuriakin, so he spent proper money, you know what I mean? He didn't buy the old, what's it called? Temu. You can get bits for these, but they're all Temu bits, and, you know, they're not the same thickness and quality of chrome. Yeah. So, wow, we're it's fantastic. I don't know if there's anything else I don't know what this is. What was there? It was touching my knee slightly. I'm not really sure if I'm going to like that there. But yeah, we can chrome this. Remember, you can get chrome covers that fit on here. You can get this can be replaced in chrome. This, you can get a different thing on here. All that can be all done and chromed up. I don't know. You see, there was something here. Someone's butchered a hole there, so maybe keep an eye open for a new panel or a replacement panel for that. Plug them in just to sort of tidy it up. Yeah, that's the great thing. You can mess with them and add stuff to it. Definitely these are coming. What was here? But he hasn't got the same there. So whatever was there wasn't there. So were they mirror extensions? Were they mirror sort of whatever it was? We saw the receipt for these and fitted these little indicator. They were Kuriakin little indicator things. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I'm trying to immerse you in the full experience of this and where it's going, but it's going to be a good few weeks yet before we get the cover in, the ring of fire. What are we going to do with the lights? It uses lots of amps. You've still got to be careful. You don't want to blow the damn thing up putting too big heavier lights on, but we got to do something. What lighting kit are we going to use on it? We're certainly not going to make the same mistake as we did on the first one. We sent off, I didn't want to buy Chinese stuff, so I sent off to America, paid way too much for the stuff, and when it came, it was the bloke bought it from, because I was buying it from America, I thought I was buying American, but I wasn't. I was buying Chinese, so he bought it from Chinese and sold it from America, and I bought it from America thinking it would be American, but it wasn't. So I'm not doing that mistake again. Yeah. Anyway, she's overnight here now. I have seen covers for them. We'll have a look at that. So let's bike tender thing first. Are we brave? Are we going to, it should be simple enough, shouldn't it? The battery's out here on this side. Oh, are we going to take it off? Shall we be brave? This is a one-off panel for this, because this wouldn't fit anything else, only, I'm guessing, an EML trike. I'm guessing, because the other one clips into the box itself. So it's not like a Gen 1, it's not like a Gen 2. So this cover here is very precious, I would say. Very precious indeed. The side panel, though, we're going to take it off. Are you feeling brave? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. With them there, I reckon there's a hell of a mess on these batteries connections. Come on. Liven up the scene. Let's be brave. Let's be brave. See if it'll come off. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, it comes off easily. I'd say it does. There's a popper here. Like it's off on the stand. Oh, right. Let's have a look. What the hell is in here? Yeah, so that is, I'd say, is virtually impossible to find again. There is one there. There's the one battery tender fused. Here's the second. They've just popped it under there, haven't they? Something. So look, there's the battery tender leads. There's something there added on, whatever the hell that is. Has that been, yeah. So what is that? What does that say? And bolt lock or something. So there's something there. Something here. What is this? This is something extra or added. Look, they've broken into the little fuse box to get this connection in. This is why we use the electrical hub, because the nature of these, everybody bodges everything onto the battery. It's not the way. You get one connection from here into the junction box, and then you work from there, which is fused and controlled. So that's why we go down the path of the INOV, the INOV hub. Blimey, I'm not going to touch it. It's going to start things off. It's not my. I'd rather just leave it alone. Rick will sort all that out. Yeah, little bracket here holds that. Ooh, not bad, you know, not bad. Well, our battery tender and the lead that we bought for it just goes live on earth. It just keeps the battery, keeps it plugged in. We know that fits. That was the right one, okay. And it's fused, look, it's got a fuse on it. So that shouldn't be a 2-minute job. Let's have a look. Take this off, replace that one. Where's the other one? Oh, here's the other one here, look. So take these two off. And probably take the seat off. It's way back there. Wow. It is way back there. I guess by the time you get the seat off, it'll be all right. Yeah. Come down to it from above when that's gone. Just unscrew there and unscrew there with an Allen key. We might do that. What is this? And what is that? It doesn't look that bad actually. I've seen a lot worse. But let's see how many more. There's another live coming off there somewhere. See what else has been plugged in. And then of course you mess with it and you need a number or whatever to get it going. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Hold on, I did that wrong. So the key, we've got the 40th anniversary key for it. So I'd say that's the ignition. Now on the other one, we didn't have this key malarkey because we had an airbag in there, didn't we? And this isn't an airbag model. So let's put this key in there and see what happens. This should jump out at us. Yeah, that pops open. And inside there, oh look, there's a UBS, SBU, UBS thing there. Charging something. This is a TomTom. This is a TomTom cigarette lighter. So I wonder if that, well, I don't know. That is there. Maybe was that a TomTom unit? Maybe. Much clearer, bigger screen. The sun gets to this screen. So I wonder if there's been a grade to the colour version. Anyway, cigarette lighter here. I think there's a lead in here too. Look, there is a. There's a. Oh no, there's a hole for a cigarette lighter here. Getting the right cigarette lighters is a bit of a mare. Now there's the hole. There's another hole. There's a couple of holes here that previous owner's been doing something with. Look, there's one there and there's one here. So he's had quite a bit of stuff fitted. Somebody's really enjoyed this, which is the nature of Goldwings for you. This is the world of Goldwings. You can have so much stuff added on. What's under there? Just a little pocket there. But he hasn't been cheap with his stuff. Oh, and that clip just clips on there. And of course that should probably open the fuel cap. Now we'll have to use the 40th anniversary one to open that. Yeah, that's the fuel cap. So yeah, we've got a bit to, he had quite a bit. So you can tell, well obviously it's done the mileage. I mean it's done 40,000, no 30 odd thousand. Let's see the mileage.
On your smart speaker.
Turn that off. Now so we don't get a strike. Let's have a look. And the navigation is there. which is a whole Honda Accord navigation. The navigation on these Goldwings are ancient. Oh look, it's a colour screen. So, so it's a colour sat nav on it. Yeah, oh, of course that's telling us the handbrake. You can remember, this thing's got a handbrake on it, look. It's got a handbrake to hold it. So when you put the handbrake on, and there's plenty of clicks on it, look. So, and we saw the back wheel on it, the disc, there was plenty of meat on that. So we're still in investigate. Why is he taking that? Where's that gone? Why is he? Of course, if you don't use it, or it was a problem with it or whatever, you just never know. Yeah, we know about that. These are the leads for that. That's the proper tidy switch for it, like what we had on the other ones. Fits on top of there, see. Of course, it's got this attached. If it hasn't got a sat nav, it hasn't got this attachment at the bottom of it. So that's your sat nav control. You can get a little chrome cover for that, a little chrome cover for this, little chrome cover for that. Sits on top of it. Look, there's no throttle cable problem with this one. That's what the other one should have done. It was a bit stiff and we changed the cables, but